Hi everybody. Today Ashley and I would like to work on partnership, communication, connection between you and the partner. We're going to start first with the beginning level, start very easy with it. And before we go into that, the one thing you want to remember is your posture. None of this works without a good center. And just to review, remember you bend your knees a little bit and lean forward a little bit so you create a break in your pelvic area. Okay, there's a slight slant in your spine. Keep your spine very straight though. Don't hunch or sway back. We don't use a sway back. Okay, and when you lean forward a little bit, that puts your center, which is your sternum, over the balls of your feet and your knees. So you want to stay there, and that's what makes this work. So you'll want to go and check out the video on posture and work on that a little also. Now, in connection, first of all, there are a lot of misconceptions, a lot of bad leading and following going on out there, so we're going to try and clear that up. The one thing is, ladies, don't hold this arm stiff, okay? Don't make him make you do the turn, and guys, don't crank her around, don't be rough with her, okay? Everything, we make a suggestion, and then she decides if she wants to go with it. Now, the way to do that is first like this. We're just going to stand here, everybody, and do this. Just with the hands right here, without moving, we're going to go just back and forth. See that? That's all you need. Okay? Now, a lot of times, hold them stiff. Okay? Yeah, they get real, exactly, and that's what happens. That's not fun. That's not a good time. So right here, we're loosening up, back and forth. So you don't have to push her. Ladies, you don't have to push against him. Now, what happens when she goes like this, she knows to go backwards, so then she steps. Okay? You didn't make her dance, you just suggested it. Then when we come this way, there we go, she'll go forward. Okay. Now the biggest mistake here is the guys. Okay, when they're leading. Well, first of all, most of them don't lead. They just step. You know, expect the lady to go with them. And then other ones try and step and lead at the same time. So now the poor woman has to be stiff so that she can pick it up. So she's dancing too frantically. So what's supposed to happen is he gives the indication first, guys. You know, remember from previous videos we said we dance 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we step on those counts. We can use the 4 and the 8 to lead. So we take a whole count, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then she goes on time with the music. Not when he leads. Okay, we don't have to be perfectly in sync with each other. 5, 6, 7, lead. 1, 2, 3, lead. 5, 6, 7. Now we're exaggerating, of course, so you can see it. You won't do it this much. When you're out dancing, she will sense the slightest movement, but we never get stiff. We let this shock absorber work. This one that's going back and forth right here. And we'll talk more about those shock absorbers later. Okay, so guys, you lead first. And if you're going to be a really good leader, you will indicate to her, go ahead, make sure she starts stepping before you step. That is a good leader, okay? So you have to be very considerate that way. So 5, 6, 7, lead, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there we go. Very easy. So right up here for both partners, it's like cut off from the rest of the body. These move freely so that our body is not interrupted so we can do our dance. This is our connection. We sort of give that to the partner, but the rest of it is us. So here we go. Okay, so now we're dancing around. We'll get here, and we're going back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to lead to the side. Okay, so what happens is I throw my hands out this way. Now the same thing, okay, they'll go first, then she'll go, and I'll go. See that? We're trying to separate a lot. Okay, hands, her, me. You don't have to be hitting the floor at the same time. No, you'll be really close because you're listening to the same music, so you'll be really close. But guys, again, make sure, tell her, once you know she's going, you go with her. Same thing here. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, lead. 1, 2, 3, lead. 5, 6, 7. That's it. So you're telling her ahead of time where she's going. So she dances a lot more enjoyably rather than trying to frantically keep up with the guy. And also sometimes when we do that side step, a lot of people like to do a little circle here with their hand. We're exaggerating, of course. So you can do a little circle there if you want to. But the main thing is, you indicate to her, she goes, you go, all the time. Okay, so that's for your side breaks. So now, let's go into our back rocks, okay? More of a cumbia style thing. We're going back and forth, and all of a sudden I want to turn to my left. I want her to turn to the right. So I push this arm through the center, and then she turns. Now here's the other thing. You don't want to be stiff, okay? So I shouldn't be turning my body stiff and my arm. They should not be connected. She should not be responding the same way. She should not be going exactly the same time. The hand always goes first. And again, we take that 4 and 8. 5, 6, 7 lead. See, the hand comes through first. Same thing here. I put the hand through, then we turn. Hand, turn. Hand, turn. Hand, turn. Right. And this is also a better rhythm to the music. Most people do turn everything at once. Okay, so you're mono-rhythmic. Dancing is multi-rhythmic. Our hands are going at one speed, our shoulders are going at another speed, our hips are going at another speed, and our feet are going at another speed. There's almost a whole count of music between up here and down there. So our body turns different speeds. Then you fill up the music, then you fill the music. 1, 2, 3, lead. So the hand goes across, she sees it going, then she does her turn. Then when we come out, I take this hand, jam him back there, see that? Boom. See that? And ladies, protect yourself, okay? You know, if he's one of these real strong leaders, I've known professionals that have gotten injured because of too strong a lead, okay? And also, guys have gotten injured from the ladies being too stiff and heavy, okay? So you can, ladies, if you're relaxed right here, so you can really go, and this way, you know, you save yourself. You don't get injured when you're dancing. Okay. So following with that same theme, we'll go through a couple of variations. So everybody knows the cross body or the cross body lead. So the same thing. Just do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See that? Oh, there we go. Okay, I want you to go that way. Now, two things are talking to her. First of all, once we give her the opening, now she's pretty sure she's going down that way. Okay, it doesn't take a whole lot. So we're here, so she sees it open up. She doesn't go yet. Lets the hands go. Then she takes off. And she keeps on reaching the hands and going down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, lead. 5, 6, 7, 8. So a good thing is going on here, too, which we talk more about in our movement, rhythm video, salsa movement, is when she comes here, she's extending her arms, she's allowing her arms to pull her body down the slot, or down the line, okay? So that's happening too, so allow it to happen. We talk more in depth on that when we go to our movement and rhythm video. So pretty easy. One, guys, you go, oh, wait, here's another thing, guys. So that she doesn't turn, 1, 2, 3. Like that. See, I kept my hands here, so she stayed straight, and I turned. I turned myself to the left a little bit to open that up. If you don't do that, you'll pull this hand in, and then she'll turn in with you. She won't do the cross body. So we jam her right here. 1, 2. I keep my hands. I turn my body, open up. Then I bring my hands down here, and she goes across. 1, 2, 3, up. So you turn out of the way first without her. See that? Without her. Without her. Then her. Right. So we do a lot of dancing inside our arms, and we'll talk more about that in the intermediate level lead follow. Okay, so that's a cross body. So carrying this also, let's go to, say, a spot turn. Now, same thing, we're going forward and back, 3. Spot turn, boom. We go back, and this hand comes out. Okay, that has her go back and forth. Now, what we do here, then we pull her back in. So we go, and one, we're doing our basic, then I just let her go. I put the hand out, and then I pull it back in. So we do get a slight push-pull here, and we'll talk more about that later. Don't make it too strong. So we're here, we're going to start from closed position. 5, 6, 7, 8. I pushed, she pushed a little bit, then I brought her in. We took our side step, and she's going to start walking into me. Here we go again, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Push, pull, side. Now as we're going around, guys, we rotate and cross behind. Okay, if you remember from the video where we showed the variations. And ladies, you come in and do the same thing. You put your arms out in front of you, and that also helps to pull you around. Okay, don't hang on the partner, just put your arms around him. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Open and close, she comes around. 1, 2, 3, I give her a little push away, I give her a little pull in, we go around, and if we want to, we can turn out and go into a cross body. Okay, so it's the same rule applied. Now let's apply it to one more. Let's do our wraps. Okay, so we're here. We do the same open break. We have 2 hands this time. We give a little push-pull. Now when I bring her in, guys, I lead with the left hand. Okay, she comes in, we do a rock together. Now here, to lead her out, I actually push with my right forearm a little bit to tell her to go out. That's the easiest way to lead it. Okay, you can do it with this hand, but pull her in with the left, give her a little push with the right, and we're in and out, just like that. There we go. Okay, so there's your beginning level, leading, following, connection to the partner. So practice that, get real comfortable with it, enjoy your dancing, and once you have that, then go to the next level, which is the intermediate level. Hi again. And today, we're here to work a little bit more on the intermediate level of leading and following. So a few more techniques to make it more enjoyable and more accurate with the partner. Now one thing I want you to know, in the first level, we did a lot of things just with the hands. But much of the time, the lead, guys, actually comes from the body. If I want her to go forward, okay, I don't know if you can see that, watch. I actually start falling forward first. That's another thing for the ladies too. A lot of this can be picked up from a visual sense. Okay, so if I'm here, see, she can feel my body. She can sense my body going back and forth, okay? So ladies, pay attention to that. That's a big help also. So we can be dancing here, da, down, ba, back and forth. Even when I go out to the side, see that? And what I'm doing, guys, is I'm starting to fall. I'm not just putting my foot out. I'm actually starting to fall this way. I don't know if you can see it, but I fall, and I start falling, then put the foot out. She can sense the fall. If you move a millimeter, she can pick that up. Okay, so that way we don't have to use the arms and rough it too much. 1, 2, 3, 5. We can come out here, right. So if you're going, see that? And the rule I like to try and tell people on a forward movement is when you go forward, your knee, not your foot, your knee and your center go first, then you step. Okay? So that gets the body going a little bit. Now, same thing in the cross body, okay? You can use this in a lot of places. 1, 2, 3. When I'm here, I don't just pull with the hands. What I try and do is turn my body so that my shoulders pull my hands. Then her hands go with me, then her shoulders go. So you notice that. Shoulders to my hands, to her, her hands to her shoulders. So I'll come here, 1, 2, 3, and I'll twist my top, okay, into my left elbow, okay, and it will actually pull my my elbow. It's like throwing a ball, very much like that. If you throw a ball, you just don't do it in the hand, you'll get no power. If you throw like a football, you ever watch the quarterbacks, their whole body comes forward, then the ball goes. Then they can throw a 70-yard pass, okay, that's the only way they can do it. You can't just do it with the hand. So we use that in dancing also. Next, so keep that in mind. Okay, next. Next, we're going to go into an underarm turn for the ladies. Okay, now first of all, for the guys, because they have to lead it, we take it here, and what's going to start happening is this hand's going to start coming out and around. We can lead this a couple ways. I can go out and around, okay, or I can just go pretty much straight back with it. Now what's going to happen, ladies, you don't respond right away. You don't turn right away. Give yourself time to relax and think of how to do a really good turn. So Ashley's hand, go ahead and step forward, Ashley, for a second, okay. This hand's going to go back without the shoulder. That's it, see that? There we go. Okay, now, because I'm not pushing back on both hands, she knows she's not going straight back. So if we pull on one side, or push on one side or the other, that's a turn, okay? So if I stand here and just put this hand back, now she knows she's going to turn to the right. So she's going to let her hand go first. Okay, now, to do a good turn, you notice what she did. We don't turn from this side here. Whenever you do a turn, and this will be practiced also in the video, check out the video where we work on turns and spins. Okay, so this shows everybody how to do a good turn spin. So what she does, if we want to turn to the right, okay, she lets her arm go back, but she pushes this elbow forward and across her body to turn. And we've talked about that in previous videos. Okay, and there's time to do that. So when we're here, the arm goes back first. As she's starting to step forward, this arm goes back by itself. That tells her to go. No push or pull, nice and relaxed, okay? Nice and elastic in here. Then to turn, she says, oh, I'm going to do a turn. I'm turning right, so I push my right elbow across, I make myself turn. So when she puts her elbow, it stretches her shoulder, and her shoulder blade makes her turn. Not the guy. He just indicates it. And too many times, the ladies hold their arms stiff, and it's not your fault, ladies. A lot of times the guys tell you to do that, and then they crank you around and just rip you apart. And like I said, I've actually had teachers that have been injured because of the way guys were yanking and pulling on them. So you go in order. 1, 2, 3, hand, elbow, turn. So you have 3 different timings going on. You don't turn all at once. That's too stiff. That's too robotic. 1, 2, 3, hand, elbow, turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, hand, elbow, turn. And guys, you just keep coming around nice and lightly. Now, don't knock her off balance, okay? When she's here, you let this hand go around and just keep it going over here. Now, what I like to tell the guys, here's the common error, guys. You get halfway and you bring this hand down. Oh my God, it can really rip her up back here. They've had a lot of injuries from that. Whenever you're leading, guys, remember this. When you're leading a turn or something like that, keep your hand on the same plane, okay? So you can lead her up here, or down here, but it can't be jumping between planes. It has to stay here. Watch, so right here I go all the way around until she's back, then I put it down. I don't bring it down right here, because she's in the middle of a turn, all of a sudden you make her do a back bend. Okay, so always be conscious of that. They really appreciate it, and it saves their arms. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Elbow turn, step. Very good. See that idea? Awesome. Now, let's go into a wrap. Okay, like we're saying about the wrap, to make this more fluid, we go 1, 2, 3. She turns in. Now, when she turns in, ladies, you turn inside your arms also, okay? So when you're doing the back rock here, as you're rocking, your body should still be turning in and out. Now, here's what normally happens. The ladies will come and do it stiff, okay? They'll come here, and as soon as they do their rock, they stop their whole body and then try and turn again. Now you're struggling, okay? Because if you come here, if you stop and try and go, you have nothing to make you turn. Remember, if you want to turn right, you have to prep left. If you want to turn left, you have to prep right. So when you come in here, let your top continue as you do the rock step. 1, 2, 3. So as Ashley's rocking back, her top is still turning into her left and to her right. This gives you the energy to comfortably go, and the same thing over here. As she's rocking back, she's twisting left, or twisting right so she can turn left. And that's all happening inside the arms, okay? So if we stand like this, your body can turn all the way into the left elbow and all the way into the right elbow. Very important concept for good dancing. So that means without moving our hands, we can turn 180 degrees. And a lot of times that's what we're doing, dancing inside our arms. So she comes here, 1, 2, 3, she overturns, and that gives her the juice to turn the other way. And a lot of ladies think they don't have time, but when you do this, you give yourself more time, because when you're prepped here, you have a lot of energy that can get you the other way. So you go a lot faster turning that way. Good. Right. Okay. And what was the last one I wanted to do?
Turn with her.
Yeah, good. Another concept, thank you, Ashley, that we want to do is, guys, to go with her. When we're dancing, like when we do that wrap from this side again, when she comes in, I don't stop her right away. I try and pick up this hand. As she's turning, I go with her and then change her direction, or indicate. I never change her direction. I indicate the change. I don't stop her abruptly and then try and turn her. So I let my hand go this way, then come back. So that's dancing with her. 1, 2, 3. My hand goes out and in. This one too. Out and in. Watch this one. Out and in. So I'm helping her to create that prep that she needs to turn around. Alrighty. Okay. So try and practice a few of those and apply those concepts. That'll help your leading even more. And once you feel comfortable with that, go on to the advanced level. And now we're back to give you the advanced or professional level of connection to your partner. Now make sure that you've studied and you understand the beginning and the intermediate level, or you'll have no chance with this. You have to be doing those well, and then you'll be able to understand what we're doing here. So now we introduce elasticities. We have shock absorbers in the body, okay, so that we don't knock the person all over the place. Now one of those, first of all, is here. We did this in beginning class. This elbow goes back and forth. See? Okay, I can't knock her off balance because she just lets her arm go, okay? And then she knows to step. Now next, the other big one we're going to use this time is elasticity right here in the pec, okay? When I lead her hand back, she's going to let her pec from her shoulder to her center open up a whole lot, okay? And that's actually going to start pulling her around, and when we do a turn, then she's going to punch this one around. But first, she's going to open the pec. Now, most of the time while we're dancing, we keep our pecs closed, okay? That's part of our posture, and we go over that in the posture videos, so that when we dance, we actually put our hands out in front of us. We squeeze our pecs a little bit when we dance. Okay, just like that. So with our elbows in front, that helps to balance us and helps to keep our center for the most part. But every once in a while, we can put this all the way back, and she can use it. She can open this up here, right between, like I said, her center and shoulder, to help pull her around. Then she's going to punch this elbow and turn and let them close again. So the good exercise to practice is open the pecs, close them. Open them, close them. Now when you open them, don't lean back. That's the common error. Now you're off balance. You have to keep your center over the ball of your foot, over your knee, and keep your center as you open and close your pecs. Exactly. And these help to give you a very powerful turn. Now we're talking about getting the very, very powerful dancing. And a lot of people dance powerfully and they knock the heck out of each other, and there's a very comfortable way to do it. So when we take a turn here, we forgot one of the shock absorbers. There's 3. Okay, this one here. Okay, right here at the elbow, that goes in and out. Now, too many people hold this elbow up, and it causes too much pushing between the partners. And it usually throws the lady off, because usually she's smaller than the guy, so it throws her off. So ladies, save yourself. If you can bring that elbow in and let it go like that, now there's another way that he can't knock you around. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, we're going to talk about that pec. We're going to go into a variation. First, she does her regular turn. 5, 6, 7. Bring her around. Now right here, she's staying there. Now I'm going to take this arm and pull it back for a spin. Her pec's going to open. She's going to punch her elbow and spin around. Okay? So, ladies, the thing you want to remember, this is tough to understand. When you open this, allow that pec to start pulling you into your turn. But don't lean back. That's a danger. Allow that pec to start turning you. As soon as you feel it turn you a little bit, punch your left elbow around, push it through, and you'll get a really good turn. So you notice in a turn, you have different pieces of your body going at different times. That also fills up the music, and that's a big problem nowadays. Is people are, like I said, dancing mono-rhythmic, and there's just nothing matching the music. So right here, her arm goes back, her pec opens, she punches her elbow, her shoulder blade pulls across her hip over here. See this pull right across there? That's good. Then her feet come off the ground. So like I was saying earlier, there's almost a whole count of music between her top going around and her bottom. So all that in between is dancing, and it's filling up the music. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3. I take her just into an underarm turn. I send her around my back. Then here, I pull it back. She opens her pec, and she does her turn. So she opened. Let's see if we can do it from this way. Okay, step forward on your right foot, please, Ashley. Okay, so we're right here. So what I do is this. Okay, just let your arm go back. Don't see it. Don't just let your arm go back. No, not your shoulder, just your arm. That's it, right. See how that opens? Watch. See, nothing goes. I can pull as hard as I want. I'm not going to knock her out of balance because she's letting it absorb. The first inclination for ladies when he does this is push against him. Now you're just into a wrestling match, okay? So I can take that all the way back. See that? It starts to turn her. Now she punches her elbow across. She does her turn. Okay? Very, very important. And you can do that from any side. We can do that in a simple cross body. If I'm coming here and I want to give her a 1.5 spin, here I go again. See that? So now she's opening up her left pec. And guys, what I'm doing, I'm prepping out. See that? I threw her hand a little bit out to throw her that way. Then I start pulling it back using this elasticity here. Now for the guys, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm talking about my hands, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to, when the guy leads, like I said before, he tries to lead it from his body to lead his hand. Okay, so first, I go 1, 2, I open her up. Once I open her up, I pull it back. She lets her pec open, then she throws her right. Let's take it slow, Ashley. We're talking so fast. Here we go. 1, 2, I turn her out. Once I get her turned out, just your elbow. I let this go back. See? Just this one, right. That opens. Now she punches that one, and now she goes around. Okay? See that? And that's the only way you can dance with any power. You have got to use your shock absorbers and your elasticity. Then you have really exciting dancing. That's why this is the advanced professional level. Next thing, for the guys, okay, good leaders, don't just lead, they also stabilize. Now what most leaders do, they give her the lead and then they let go. Okay, so you just gave her a whole bunch of power and she's out there in space somewhere trying to balance herself. Now, if you're a good leader and a nice guy, a considerate person, you'll help stabilize her. Now what I mean by that, when I rip her here, I hold on to her hand and steady it to help her balance. In case her balance goes off, in case she's bumped by somebody or something happens, I'm there to help her. Okay? So when she comes across here, 1, 2, 3, turn. She turns and turns. Notice? I do not let go of her hand until her body is turned into her hand and her body peels her hand off of my hand, then I let go and she's well balanced. So at the most, she may be doing a quarter of the turn on her own. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. She's almost done. Now she just has a half a turn, and that's real easy to do. So guys, remember that. Always comes in handy. And then you can be if you're elastic, she's elastic, and you help stabilize her, there's anything you can do. And you can be very powerful in your dancing. Same thing from here. Once we can go across here. I just opened her up the other way. You notice I threw her out that way first. Then I pulled this peck here. She started spinning. Go ahead. Boom. I held on to here. And then I let go. So when her body finally wraps into there, she really appreciates that. So you directly affect the quality of your partner's dancing, and they really appreciate that. Ladies that couldn't spin at all of a sudden they'll say, "Oh, I can spin with him. You know, why can't I do it with you?" Well, you know the secrets now. You know the secrets of good dancers. And that covered it. So dance with that. Enjoy your dancing. That's the final level. So you've had everything that you need for very exciting, dynamic connection in salsa dancing. Again, thank you for being with us.